Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today we are doing a Christmas in July. So I have got some of these beautiful little vintage, well, they can be toppers, they can be little pockets, whatever you like to use them for. But I've sort of like done like a little collage on there, and I just think they are really lovely. So it's using up some scraps as well, which is good. Fabric scraps and little paper scraps. On this one I've got like a little cabochon, and I've got the number 25 underneath it, and I've just popped it over the top, and this says "We wish you a Merry Christmas" on there. Really simple to do and really lovely. This one I have popped it on the front of a little bag. So I've just got like a little bag that could probably go onto your journal page, or you could pop a little something in there for Christmas. I've also, I'm going to show you these as well. This is a little kit that I've got. They're little cards. So I've got made it so that we've got a little pocket there and like a little tuck spot there, which is lovely. And we've got some lace down there, so you can put whatever you like in there, which I'm loving. And this one I've made as a card, so I know I have lots of card makers. So this is just like a 7x7 card. I've collaged the back with some fabric and some music paper. I do believe music paper looks really lovely on Christmas cards and Christmas embellishments. And I've got another little tuck spot there, and we've got the magic of Christmas on here with some little bits of lace. I think it looks lovely. And this is a little card, but it's like a little gift card. So if you, this comes with it as well, which I lovely, and I've just popped some stickers on there. So this is in the new kit, and these are sort of, if you want to give like a gift card for Christmas or pop a little bit of money in there, I just think these would look nice popped onto the front of a card, and I just love it. So let me just take a peek. I'm just going to show you quickly so you can have a little look. These are the they're called Christmas gift card envelopes, which I'm loving. Now, can you see them all? Yes, I believe so. So you get 6 big envelopes. Well, bigger, they're this size, which, oh, shall I just measure it? Look at the state of my ruler. It's really messy, isn't it? So that's 9.5 centimeters, or 3 3/4 inches, or we have 7.5 centimeters, or 3 inches. So there we go, that's the bigger ones. And then the little ones, let me just measure that. We will do centimeters first, which is 6 3/4 centimeters by, what's that, just over 2.5 inches by just over 2 inches, and that's 5.5 centimeters. So they're roughly, so they're a really nice size. Now this is a lovely one to pop a little note in. I've just sort of like shrunk them down so you get 2 to a page. Gives it, because they're nice, we like little things and they just fit into pockets. So let's see, we've got 2 in the sort of like creamy beigey color, we have 2 in the lovely green, and we have 2 in the red. So they are gorgeous. Now I've got them made up, so that's why we've only got 3 there. And then we've got the little ones. So we've got 2 of the red, we have 2 of the green, and then the creamy ones are the ones that I've made up here. So they are this size. And then the bonus pages, you got some little extra cards and a couple of tags in there as well. So really handy, really nice to make up prior to Christmas. And then you can make sort of things, and then you can have them all ready. And if you've got a gift card, or you can just pop it on a card, tape it to a present, so that they know who it's from. But I think they're great. And the other thing I've got are these. Now these are for my Kofi supporters, one-offs, and also the monthly supporters. Now they are just a little page of words. Now these are Christmas words, so we've got Christmas, mistletoe, believe, joy, all sorts of different words on there. And I've got them just on black, on so they will print out just, you know, on white, any copy paper. But what I've done, I've printed them onto one of my distress papers, so that's why I haven't put the background to it. So you can print them off any color you like. So any papers, if you've got some nice Christmas papers that you wanted to print onto, you can do that, but I've just made them so they look vintagey. So they're off only for the Kofi supporters, so I thought I'd do those. So I'm going to show you what we are going to do. Let me pop these to the side. I'm going to pop those there. I've got some scrap papers. Now what I have already done, I've sewn around the outside of these papers. Now these are the ones that I've coffee stained the other day. Some of them I have, some of them I've sewn around like this, which I love. So I've got a nice pile of those. I've got some bits of my coffee stain paper as well here, and some music paper. So what I'm going to do, let me get all these little bits out of the way. I'm going to take, let's have a look. Let's see, I'm going to take one of these, I think. Actually, what I'm going to show you first, these are the little ones here. I've got these, but to make the little bag, all as I did, because I think I'll do one so I can pop a little topper on here. I've taken a piece of coffee stain paper and I've covered it in a lovely piece of lace. Now this is the lace, that the wedding lace that I got, which is, it's not really, well, it looks like lace, but it's just synthetic. If you rip it, it just rips. Do you know what I mean? It's not proper lace, I wouldn't call it, but it's lovely. It's from the wedding section. So I've just put that over the top. And all as I did, I got a piece of coffee stain paper. I've folded over the top like that, just to give you like a sort of reinforce the top a little bit, like that. And then I've just folded it, let's do it this way, in three, like this. Just so, if I can do that, folded it like that. Super simple, and then just stuck that down. But before I stuck it down, I sewed along the top, but again, that's optional. So then you've got your lovely little bag like this. It just opens up. That's just made out of a little bit of calendar journal that I had. Super simple, really simple, and I've just sewn around it like that. So, and that folds over like that, and all I would do is sew along the bottom. Nothing fancy, really simple and quick. But what I thought I might do is just decorate this before I sew it together, because I want to actually sew this to here, to the paper. Now I'm putting this one down first, because if I want to put anything and have a pocket, it's going to catch in this lace. So I'm going to put that down first, and then say I'm going to make another one, put that on top, and then it will just slide in and out nicely, so we don't get it caught on the lace. So that is going to go onto there. I'm going to just ink around the edge actually, and then stick this on, so then we know it's on there and nicely. What should we do? Just stick it, just going to stick it with some 3-in-1. So get your scrappy bits of paper out and bits of fabric. Oh, I forgot, I've got to show you the fabric, haven't I? I didn't show you that. So let's just pop a little bit on there. So let's just have that up there. And then in a minute, I will sew around that. Let's put the lid on. So I'm just going to be using these bits that we coffee and tea stained, or it wasn't tea actually, it was coffee, wasn't it, last week. So I'm just going to be using those as little embellishment bits. And then, oops, I've got this lovely shiny one, which is here. Look at this. That's so pretty, isn't it? Just gives it a lovely little twinkle, doesn't it? Okay, so that's stuck on there nicely. And I'm going to, let's see, let's get, what should we get? One of these, we have it this way. And I'm going to make like a little pocket. So let's just pop this to the side. I'm going to make a little pocket, but I'm going to pop some bits and pieces under this one. So it's almost like a little doubly pocket. Let's use some of these bits of paper, because this one's got a calendar on it, look. we've got the dates on here, which is lovely, so you can just use those as well. I'm going to just randomly stick some bits and pieces on. I'm going to use my glue stick today because I'm going to sew these as well, because I want to add a little bit of fabric, and I think sewing them helps as well. So let's just stick that down. Can we stick that on there? Let's have a little bit of music paper. Let's have this side. It's a little bit too big. Some bits I'm going to ink and some bits I'm not. I'm just going to just stick this down because it doesn't have to be stuck down majorly properly, does it? This can go there, and then we'll have a little bit of this cheesecloth on there. So these are nice vintagey look to this week's Christmas in July, because I think vintage sort of goes with a lot of things, doesn't it? Because if you did it vintagey and you want to keep these for Christmas, obviously, you can add a little bit of colour. So if you were doing sort of like a red Christmas or whatever you wanted to do, you could pop like a little red bow on there, which I think would look really nice. So now I'm just going to sort of stick that at an angle. Shall we put, I can always put some cheesecloth over the top of that, I think. Oh, is that going to be too big? Yes, I need to come in. This has to be stuck over that, so it's the pocket. So we don't want it too wide. We want it any wider than that, do we? So let's stick it on there. Perfect. That's good. Might actually, oops, a piece of lace. I'm going to stick that down there, I think. So just lovely bits of collage. I do like doing collage because it's a bit of a sort of no-brainer, isn't it? I'm going to take this little bit of glue, stick that down. Let's have a little bit of this. Which side? That's quite a nice side. And there. Shall we have a bit of lace? Shall I pop a little bit of lace on this bit? Because we want to have a word. Shall we have a little word? Let's pick a word out on this one. Shall we have, actually, I might just put ho 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 on there. Like that. Shall we have that on there? That looks quite nice, actually, doesn't it? And then we also got Christmas Eve. Now I'm going to just have a little bit of ho 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 fun, I think. That looks nice. And then what did I do with that lace? Here we go. Shall we put that which way round? Oh, I think it's that way round. Shall I put that underneath? Shall we put it like that? Let's just cut a piece off. Let me just cut a piece off. Oops, I was trying to pick that off then. That won't come off, will it? 3 in 1 for this one. A little bit on here. I might just sort of like runkle it up a little bit over this side. Just there like that. Perfect. If you don't sort of think about where you put things, I think it's a lot better, because the more I think about where to put something, the more I get sort of a little bit confused, and then I start doubting myself. Don't know whether that happens to you, and then you think it should go there, it shouldn't go there. And that lift up, now I'll pop it underneath. So I've just learned to stick things on just randomly. Oops, don't want that one. Different glues for different jobs. Let's pop a little bit down here. I'm going to stick that on. Then I'm going to add some of this lovely shiny, because it looks so pretty. Which way should we have it? Should we just have a little bit this way? Pop that on. Pop these down. Actually, I could probably have a little bit more on there. I'm going to sew it, so I don't want to add too much glue. Look at that, fabulous. Let's have a little ho 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 on there. So that will stick on there like that. Then we will have our bag. That will sit down. We can have it a little bit lower. And then we can have one of our little cards that just sits in there like that. Fabulous. Love it. Okay. Shall we pop something on there? Should I pop a little bit of, just pop a little bit of music paper on there? I think I might just do it a bit randomly like that. Let's just take this bottom piece off, stick that on there. I think we shall do that, just so it doesn't look so plain. There we go. Lovely. Right, let's see, let's stick this on. And then what I'm going to do is pop to the sewing machine. If you're going to glue, or if you're going to sew around the outside or anything, and you want to add glue, just add it to the middle bit. Don't go all the way around the outside, because if you start sewing and it's not dry, it will clog up your needle. So if you just pop a little bit to hold it, and then when you sew around the outside, you won't have glue on that little bit. So let's see, shall we put that down there? I'm going to sew around this one, I think, just like that. And then I'm going to sew around this bit here and along these little bits, just to make sure that's on there properly. And then I will see, I might sew that then, or I think I might just stick that on. Or you could go around it like that, couldn't you? I think that would look nice, because then we could pop the little red one in. And that's like a little gift card in the bag. Love it. I do like that. So I'm going to be 2 minutes. I'm going to just go around this with the sewing machine and around these little bits. So 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go. Lovely. That looks really nice on there. And I've gone round here, I've gone sort of like zigzag on there, and then just sort of like a straight stitch, just to hold that little bit of lace on. Let's just cut these little bits off. You can see my stitching on the back. So that's perfect. Now, shall we stick that on like that? What card? So we just pop it in this way. So we need to just stick all the way around the outside, so that could probably even go in that way, couldn't it? Love it. Right, I'm going to stick that on. Just going to look at my gloopy glue and just pop that into the bin. So let's just go which way? So we want to go all the way around this outside bit, down along here. So yeah, this is a great one for scraps, isn't it? Scrap card, and just pop them on top of each other. Where should we have it? There, like that. Stick that down. Lovely, lovely. And I think having sort of like the lacy bit over the top looks really, really nice, doesn't it? And then, like I said, you can add a bow. I have a little bit of this tea stained, which you could put on there, which I think I might. But I think, seeing it's got sort of ho, 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 I think I might wait and add maybe a little bit of red on there. So I think that would look really nice, wouldn't it? I'm going to pop the lid on there. Love that. Let's put the lid on our glues. I've got my fan facing the other direction and it's so hot in here. So hopefully it's not going to catch on my microphone now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick that down. Look at that. Fabulous. I love it. And then we've got this little pocket like that. So again, you can make it into a with a little handle or something on there as well. I do have a video which shows you how to make little bags, but I'm going to just leave that like that. Now I'm going to stick this down. Should we just stick it? And you can see I've just sewn down one edge just to make it nice and neat. You don't have to do both because you're not going to see the inner one. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue just down this edge like that, and then I'm going to pop a little bit of glue just down this edge like that, so that will hold it nice and tight. Let's hope. Now these bags, you wouldn't put anything heavy in them anyway, but you could make a little journal. Actually you could do, couldn't you? Oh, I might do that. Shall we make a little journal to pop inside? Very simple one. There we go. Now for the bottom, I'm just going to run, oopsie daisy, throw my glue everywhere. Just going to run tiny little bead just to hold that shut for a second, because I'm going to add a little bit of lace. What have we got? Should we add this one? I think I have more of this one, just to dingle dangle off the end just here, like you can see, like I've done that on there. So what should we do? What shall we do? I'm going to just trim this off because I think you'll probably be able to see that under the lace. Let's just make that a little bit tidier. Now I'm going to stick that on. Oh, put this upside down. Oh, drat. Let's just shake it. A little bit of glue, just a tiny bit, just to hold it in place. I'm going to put that like that. Turn it over. Oops, don't want bits of paper. Pop it along here. I will glue that. I will sew this in a minute because I put a little bit too much glue on there. Then I'm going to just trim that just there, like that. Pop that on. You can stick that down a little bit there. Perfect. Look at that. Let's pop this on. Let's pop it upside down. And then all as I would do is go to the sewing machine and just sew along there. I might even, because there's like a little bit, I might even do 2 sort of stitch rows on there just to hold that nice and closed. But I love that. Look at that. Fabulous. So you've got a little pocket in there. we can take our little card. Look at that, that fits in there lovely. What did I do with the other one? There it is. Or we can have this one. Look at that. Don't they look lovely? You can pop it even in sideways. You could even have 2 in there. Look at that. Oh, I do like these. So lovely. Right, what can we put inside? I'm going to put that one in there, I think. Should we make a little something to go inside, or even like a little scruffy notebook? Let's use some of this. Now I think that's going to be a bit too long, but we could have it. I think we folded this up. Fold this in half. So we want it to be, let's cut this end off. Just so that slides in nicely. I'm going to rip it down. I'm going to use some coffee stained paper. So I didn't do that very well, did I? There we go. We will put those on top of each other. Let me get some coffee stained paper. Let's just do this. Now this is a great one to use up your scraps with as well, isn't it? Let's pop that down. Let's have it like that. And what I'm going to do is just fold that. Let's just fold these over. Have these under here. Let's just tuck those in. Look at that. Tuck those in. So that's fab, isn't it? Look at that. Nice little random sort of like scruffy notebook. Let's just put that in there. Make sure that it's going to fit. Yep. I'm going to go up. This one needs to go in there. There we are. Now I think I'll add a little bit of something. Now I will sew across here, I think, as long as everything fits. There we go. Let's put a little bit of this on there. I'm going to fold that over the top. Like that. Let's have a look in this little bundle. What do we have? Let's put, should we put that underneath? Or should we put that over the top? I might actually just take that. I'm going to glue this. Now actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly just run the sewing machine across there just so it stays in place. So 2 secs. Okay, so there we go. Let's just chop this little bit off. Okay, so they're all in the right place. I'm going to take this one, pop that behind, a little bit of glue. Oops. Just hold that in place. Let's turn that over. A little bit on the back. Like that. And then what did I do with this piece? I'm going to stick it so it goes over the top of the whole thing. And then we can just do another few stitches on the machine. Turn it over. Let's just add a bit more glue there. Uncle that up. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Now I think we could probably do a little word on top. I've got all my stuff everywhere. Should we just have a little one on here? Where I got one that says believe. There we are. I like that word. Shall we pop it on a piece of this? Let's cut that off. Find my little blendy tool under all my mess. That can go on there. Look at that. That's so cute, isn't it? A little bit of cheesecloth. A little bit of glue. That can stick on there. Oopsie daisy. I think there's probably enough glue on there to pop that on the top. Let's just push those in. Look at that. Now I'm going to sew around this little bit and then I will stick that on, because obviously I can't sew it on because we'll end up with nothing on the little pad. But look at that, fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to go sew along there, and I think this is probably dry, so I'm just going to do a couple of stitching rows down there and around there. So I will be 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go. Let's move some of our bits and pieces out of the way. So I've sewn along here. Let's just cut these little pieces off. I've sewn around here, which is the believe, and then I've just gone across there. Okay, so that looks, I love that. I think that's really nice. So let's just get a little bit of glue, shall we, and stick that on there. Finish that off. Perfect. A little bit of glue. Pop that just there. So a nice little scrappy notebook, or a notepad, isn't it? It's not a book, it's a little notepad, which I think looks great. Love it. Look at that, guys. So this will just open up. That just slots in like that, and that just closes up. And then you've got like a little note, or you can pop obviously a gift card in there, which I think is a fab idea, because I'm going to send lots of little gift cards this year, because I think they're a really good idea. And I love it. So you could even put 2 in there, couldn't you? So there we go, guys. That was a nice simple one. Use up your scraps, use up bits of fabric. I don't have any red seam binding to hand, but I think I will like I said, pop a little red bow on that one. This one I've just sort of like rolled that over, can you see? And then I've just popped that one and stuck that along this edge, so you've got a little tuck, and then I've popped a little pocket at the back. So these are so simple. And again, leave it as it is. Pop it onto a little journal page. Do we have, let me just have a look, shall we see? Look, that would fit on there, wouldn't it? Oh, that would look nice. You could stick it on there, or you could have it so it flips out like that with a little pocket, or flips in. If you added a little extra piece like that, you've got a little piece of paper. This is too thin, but if you just fold it in half, a little bit thicker than this, like that, stuck that to that side and to there, then you can just lift that up and it will be stuck to your page like that. Or this side, you can pop it on this side as well, exactly the same thing. Pop it on there and then fold it down. So fabulous. Or paper clip it to the top. You've got a pocket, and then you can pop it anywhere else in your journal. Love them, absolutely love them. And this is fabulous. I do like that. That could even go sort of like on your back page, couldn't you? Put that. Obviously it doesn't even have to be Christmas, it doesn't have to be Christmas one, it just gives you the idea, and that could just sort of like flip out as an extra little pocket and flip. So lots of lovely ideas. Let's pop that to the side. So there we go, guys. You can make yourself a beautiful card. So if you've got somebody to send a nice card to, with a little gift card stuck on the front, would be lovely. Added a little bit of stickles in there, which is beautiful. Love it. So super simple. These are the little cards that you've got. Don't forget, pop over to Kofi if you are a one-off member or a monthly, not member, supporter, and you can get that, and then you can print that onto any papers you like, so you can have them any colour, which is a lovely nice little extra Christmas words, which is fabulous. And I'm loving these little envelopes, so they obviously, you can have them in your journals as little envelopes. You don't have to put gift cards in them, but they fit gift cards absolutely perfect. So we have 6 of the large ones and 6 of the small ones, and in two per page on there, and 3 different colors, and a little extra little cards there. So perfect. So look, I love them. And that little diddy one, fabulous. Let's put 2. Or we could have one in there and one in the little back pocket, couldn't we? There we are. Lovely. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay safe, take care. Oh, and the little envelopes are going to be in the sale as well. So if you get them by the end of July, you'll get them at a sale rate as well, because they're going to be popped straight into the sale. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. Right, guys. Bye-bye.